back to Martini Works Unbox. I'm Alex Martini, and on this episode, we're gonna be talking about the ENKEI T6R. If you guys are wondering, this channel is all about unboxing products, being super honest with you on what to expect if you're buying a set of wheels, or tires, or suspension, or performance parts, because when you do need car parts, we want you to go mod your car over at martiniworks.com. First things first, let's get the biggest myth out of the way. Enki is a Japanese wheel brand, which might make you think that these wheels are made in Japan. After all, almost everything on their website says that they're made in Japan. Psych, the T6R is not made in Japan. It's actually right on the box, and it's made in Thailand. Don't know if that matters for you. If it matters for me, I would tell you, I think it's important. But this one specifically that we're looking at is an 18 by 8.5 plus 38 offset, and we are unboxing it for the very first time. Now, let's get this out of the way. Unboxing is actually really nice because you get to see if they actually care about how they're putting everything in the box or if they don't. Right off the cuff, I can already tell you that Enki's gonna do things a little bit better than maybe some cheaper wheel options. Why I say that, number one, you have the cover right here, which is very nice. You might be like, okay, on three, ready, 1, 2, 3, and then you do it. But really, this is actually a more expensive mesh film. It's actually very thick, protects the face, protects the lip, which is really nice because cheaper wheels, you'll notice sometimes feature a little bit of rash on the lip, particularly the front face of the lip. That is called cardboard rash, and that occurs when the pressing of the cardboard on the wheel face does this little friction thing for thousands and thousands of miles. And because most wheels come from China, that happens for a very long period of time. You get a little rash. You get angry when you buy a wheel because it's got a little bit of it, but really it was just in the shipping and in transit. That is why Enki invests probably about, I'd say about $1.15 per one of these for this. Boom. T6R. Voila, you're looking at it right now. Now, a few things right off the bat. This is gonna cost you anywhere from $270 a wheel to $370 a wheel. In addition to that, this one is the matte bronze. It comes in 2 other colors. It comes in a gloss black or a gloss gunmetal, which is actually pretty rad. This wheel particularly, 2, 4, 6 spokes is what you get. You also get what's called almost like a recessed lip. This design element is actually very, very common. You'd find it on work wheels. One of the first ones to ever actually do that was Work. And what it does is it helps increase the rigidity of the wheel, especially upon impact, so you're not smashing right into the spokes. It gives it a little bit of rigidity in this space. Most of these, when they're FEA tested, or they do that finite analysis, which is essentially just a digital testing procedure to see where a wheel would break if it were to break. And these small design elements can really strengthen up a wheel quite a bit. This wheel is insanely popular. And the reason that it is because it comes in a billion different sizes. I'm going to name a few. You can get this in a 17 by 8 or 17 by 9 plus 45 offset. You can get it in an 18 by 8 or 18 by 8.5 plus 45 offset, and that comes in a 5 by 100 bolt pattern. So that's gonna be your older Subarus, sometimes your older Toyotas, and of course, some of your older Volkswagens. This makes these a popular pick on the Volkswagen GTI, to be specific, as well as the Subaru WRX way back in the day. It also comes in a 5 by 114.3 bolt pattern. That is gonna be all your tuner stuff. So specifically when we look at 17 by 8, 17 by 9, 18 by 8 plus 40 offset, and then an 18 by 8.5 and 18 by 9.5 plus 38, you might be wondering if this is gonna fit your car. What I can say is that this is a little bit more of a modest fitment choice from Enki. These don't get very wide and aggressive. So I would say if you have more of a standard sport tuner car, something that might not be like a full-on sports car, full-on race car, this is probably gonna fit your car. Honda Civics, Honda Accords, things like that, that typically have a little bit of a narrower wheel, these are gonna work really, really well on, and Toyotas and things like that. Where I will say is some people I've seen run these on 350Zs or Hyundai Genesises and things like that. The problem is this has a pretty high offset, and for the 350Z, you wanna be running more of like a 9.5, 10.5, you know, plus 22 or even plus 15. And the same thing with the Genesis Coupe. They run a little bit wider, a little bit bigger. G35 is obviously the same as the 350Z, so kind of the same thing. So you can run them, but it's not gonna look the greatest. Probably wouldn't recommend it at all. Now, because here at Martini Works, we believe in telling you the whole truth, the entire truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me, whatever you care about. But here's the thing. This wheel is something that's gonna have a filter on it on the website, which is called our rep or real wheel filter. It's what we're doing to help show you exactly what you're jumping into and if the design of the wheel matters to you. Now, we're not making a choice to tell you not to buy it or to buy it. We just want you to know all of the information. This is a 6-spoke wheel. It came out after the TE37, and the TE37 is still in a very active position in the marketplace. This design does have some of its own unique design elements, specifically in this lip here, in the pullback design of the spoke, and the fact that the hub, it has a little bit of a difference in terms of the TE37, but I'd still be willing to bet and put probably a nickel on it that we labeled this as a replica wheel design. So you do want to take that into consideration. Now, the good news is just because it has a replica wheel design, that doesn't inherently mean that it's a bad wheel. Enki uses something called matte technology to make their one-piece wheels. And what that is it's a low pressure cast face here, and then you also get a flow formed wheel on the barrel. What that does is it actually reduces the weight of your wheel anywhere from 10 to 15%. Every 1 pound of unsprung weight that's lost in a wheel equates to about 20 pounds of rotational mass that you're essentially saving. So the lighter the wheel, it's better for you. The good thing about the T6R is that it's a really good wheel. The finish is awesome, the design is really great, it's a little bit of a flatter look, but I do think with the deep pad pocketing, it does look really killer. Here's what I will say, for 270 bucks for a wheel, it's honestly really great. You're looking at right around 1,200 bucks for a set that you can get from martiniworks.com. I like the sticker, I think it's cool. I like that they have some of this embossing. I do like all the design. And you are gonna notice I didn't show you the center cap, which I think is kind of lame. And I did mention the TE37, which I think is important, but what I will say is TE37s don't come with center caps. And I'm convinced that that has nothing to do with weight. I think that has everything to do with the fact that most Japanese wheel companies will suck you dry in terms of upsell things, and center caps are one of them. Trust me, I'm gonna mess this up. Dakota loves to put the center caps in a certain way, and I do not care which direction they go in. Super flat face, nice gloss back center cap. I think it looks great. If you have something that's a little bit narrower, I will say, Honda Accord fitment, I think looks sick. Honda Civic fitment, I think these look sick. First gen BRZ and FRSs, they come in that. They come in the Volkswagen, they come in the Audi, they come in every single possible shape you could want, just not very wide wheels. So if that interests you, you can actually find it over on Martini Works. You guys can let us know if you have any questions in the comments below. I think it's a pretty great wheel. You can pick yours up at martiniworks.com. I'm Alex Martini over here on Martini Works Unboxed. We hope you enjoyed this video. We're gonna go put this up on our wheel wall. We'll see you later. Peace.